Hello, we're stuck on our maths this morning. It's compound interest. It's the same one she was stuck on yesterday, so I did actually watch the lesson and took a load of notes, figured out how to do it, and it seemed simple enough, honestly. But Izzy's claiming that the worksheet is asking questions that were just not explained in the lesson, and I've had a look and I think she's right. This is a Conquer Maths worksheet. Look, lots of questions, and at the bottom you've got all the answers, but they're in random order. Sometimes they, put very similar ones in, so it's possible to get them wrong. It is possible to get these wrong. But it does give you a bit of a helping hand, because if the answer you got isn't in any of these boxes, then you need to try it again. It's time to ask Auntie Carol. Let's see what she's got to say on the matter. Something about home educating that's got much easier for me over the years is because I've only got one child and I don't have any younger ones. I've now got a lot more headspace to sit and work things out if I can't figure them out straight away. When she was little, I started when she was 6. I had her with me all the time, and I pretty much had to because of her health condition. And so if she had a problem and I couldn't work it out straight away, there was no peace and quiet. I'd literally have to wait till she'd gone to bed and then try to fathom it. But now, because she's working independently so much, I can sit down in the front room with a nice cup of tea or something and a book and the internet and fathom it out. And it's quite interesting. Here it is in the index, compound interest, page 67. Got it. Oh, that looks complicated. Right, bear with me. This looks pretty useful stuff actually for life. I think I might read this to Izzy, maybe next week. Going away tonight, so I don't want to take this heavy book, but I'll schedule it in to do on Monday. It's no wonder poor Izzy doesn't understand any of this. It must be very abstract to her to be on about interest on savings, because that's obviously something she doesn't really have any experience of. But she does have a savings account, so on Monday I've scheduled in that I'm going to bring up her little savings account that's on my banking app, so she can have a look and see how the increments have gone up monthly. There's not much in there, but I think she gets something like 50p a month or something interest. I must say, I've never sat down and used mathematical formulas to work out how much interest I've got per year. I just look at my bank statement and it tells me. And it's not normally very much either. Did I tell you that maths is my least favourite subject? What's your least favourite subject is?
Maths.
Yeah, I have found an alternative way of doing that maths thing, Izzy, but it looks very complicated. So I'm going to check out some other sources, but IB, who is Invisible Boyfriend, who is not invisible, he's my real boyfriend, but we call him IB because he's never on camera.
No, he's invisible, Mummy. You need to redo that entire thing to tell them that.
No, he's real.
No, don't turn it off.
He's real. Anyway, he's coming between 1 and 3 today, but he's a maths genius, isn't he, Iz? He uses maths every day as part of his work. One advantage to not being very good at what you're teaching is that you really understand how hard it is to take it in the first place. And it does make you go that extra mile to figure it out, simplify it, so that it actually gets understood by the recipient.
The thing is that in the lesson, the man only explained 2 questions that were really simple. But then when it came to the worksheet that we had to do to pass the lesson, it was really complicated questions which he didn't explain how to complete.
Yeah.
So
It's lunchtime now. Isabel's making herself some lunch, and I'm back on the maths mission. I don't know if you know about BBC Teach YouTube channel. It's fab, and I found a GCSE maths video on compound interest. For much of the video, it's talking about a case study, the boy that you can relate to that's got his paper round and he wants to save up for a new bike, blah, blah, blah. He goes to see his bank advisor, and all of a sudden there's a great load of meaning to this compound interest luck. So hopefully this is going to help us out. Yes. I'm going to put it on my list for Monday anyway. This video here seems the clearest so far. I've just got it on pause. I've added it to our GCSE maths playlist, which I've just set up. I'll put a link to that in the description below. The videos are not ours, but they're ones that we've found, ones that I've found, and I think we'll come back to over the year. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've worked it out. That Miss Johnston maths video was the one. So we're fine now. I've got a plan for tomorrow for sorting Izzy out with it. All will be well. We survived another Key Stage 4 maths lesson. Yes. The downside is that's taken me so long that I now only have 20 minutes to make and eat my lunch before doing the next thing with Izzy, which is English language, which I'm looking forward to because she's finished her assignment and we're going to be reading more out of the course again. I'm cutting it horribly fine today. We've got to be packed and out by 3 o'clock. Ooh. Actually, that's not strictly true. I've just realised because we're going in the car with IB. That'll save us quite a lot of time in travelling, so it's closer to 4, I think, maybe. Izzy does like to get to this one a good half hour early if we can arrange it, so because there's another person, another friend of hers that always arrives about half an hour early because he's getting dropped there on the way from one thing to another, and they always have a really good natter before everybody else starts to file in, so I'll try and get her there for then if possible. So 2:30, we're going to do literature. I think Izzy's trying to tell me something. Ha ha, very funny.
I'm tired.
It's about 20 to 4 now. We've kind of finished everything except we kind of haven't. We've cut English literature short by 20 minutes because it's too much reading Pride and Prejudice in an hour chunk. It's just too intense. We need to break it up more, so I'm going to have to just have a little look at that and do a bit of rejigging for that somehow. Yes, I hadn't considered that when I timetabled it. I hadn't considered how much of it was just going to be reading Pride and Prejudice before moving on with anything else in the curriculum. Anyway, my boyfriend is going to pick us up in about 20 minutes and we're heading down to one of Izzy's classes. I've got to pack all my gig stuff for tomorrow night, Izzy's homeschooling stuff for tomorrow, which I've just got to quickly organise now, and any few bits of clothes and things like that. And Izzy's got to remember to bring her laptop as well so she can do maths in the morning. Right, I better get on with that. Well, good evening. It's about 8:30 in the evening now. Izzy's been to her group. I've had a meal with my boyfriend. We popped to a shop on the way back and we are now at his house. This is where I am in his front room here. I've got a rehearsal tomorrow morning about 11 o'clock, so I'm juggling homeschooling with rehearsing tomorrow. Oh, I'll sort it out somehow. And then I've got a gig in the evening. Thank you so much for joining us today. Do give the video a like if you liked it, comment down any thoughts below, and hit the subscribe button to follow more of our adventures. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!